Session. Like always, a very warm welcome to all of you. Radhe Radhe. Good morning, good evening. Welcome to today's edition of Daily Wisdom. So today is our quiz day with a difference. I think we are going to have an interactive engagement. So we'll give you a little bit of a break from Kahoot to see how this goes. And it's an experiment we are carrying out for the first time to invoke more participation and without having the pressure of Kahoot. Okay, fastest finger or otherwise. So I hope we are going to have a great participation today. So with that said, let's get started with our opening prayers. So let me share my screen so that we do our opening prayers and then we can get started. Give me a sec. I'll share my screen. You able to see it? Okay,
Yes.
so our opening prayers before we get started. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurudevo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsuchanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So Radhe Radhe, good morning, good evening, everyone. So Rahul, why don't you walk us through with the ground, not, I'm going to walk through the ground rules, but how we are going to do that, it's not going to be Kahoot. It is going to be an interactive. I think we are going to invoke responses from participants around the questions and I'm sure Rahul has created something pretty interesting today to test your knowledge in a fun, engaging way. So how's it going to be like, Rahul, before I walk into, familiarize some of the, or talk through some of the ground rules, because we have to open the chat for this. And when we open the chat, we have seen off late. Okay, I'll talk about it when I get to that. So yeah, go ahead, Rahul. Why don't you talk about how the game, what we can expect through today's game?
So, today's quiz is a little bit different. It is not like Nitin ji mentioned. So we will have some true and false. We will have some Pictionary type questions where you will be getting the visual clues and then you have to identify. And if you are not able to do that, we will be providing some more options in that, like it will come in sequence. And for those of you who provide the wrong answer, then probably you have to go to the Spiritual Secrets from Hinduism app and get some butters. Like that, there are some butter pots here which you can get in that app by taking up the challenges which are there. So that is something you keep in mind and try to answer as best to your knowledge. Yeah, but it should
Wonderful.
be relatively easy. We just have to raise the hands and then try to answer it.
Great. Now, before you start, Rahul, I just wanted to, I'm going to reiterate it in between as well. Some of the ground rules, and the reason we have to do that, that we have seen off late when we open chat, um, there is a particular element we have in the class, just one person who keeps on changing the names. For some reason, some negativity is going on there, and that person keeps on takes that opportunity to post messages which are unwarranted, right? Goes against the decorum and the spirit of this session. So that is why I consulted with Swamiji and we have come up with some ground rules. This is, of course, loving service that we do to share the divine knowledge revealed by Maharajji and Swamiji himself. And now these classes, most of the classes, they are completely free of charge. So participants have a responsibility to adhere to certain rules. And these are the rules, ground rules. So any participant who wishes to interact must necessarily have their video and or their audio on. So now video is preferred, but if you cannot for some reason, we understand. But at least audio should be on if you are asking a question. Now we have seen some people, I mean the same person that keep on changing names and posting messages through different names. Encourage them to put their audio on. But if we see that kind of a thing, then it's up to the discretion of the the facilitator or our co-host to bar them from the interaction or they may even run the risk of getting barred from all the JK Yoga online sessions, because those, if the motive is to create some kind of a discord, discourage, or some kind of an ulterior motive, I just want to put that caveat out, because we have to, invoke participation as part of this, and we cannot be discouraged from, and encouraging participation just because one person is not aligning to it. So with that said, Rahul, all yours. I'm going to stop share and let's get started. I'm really excited to, participate in it as well. So I'm going to stop share, all yours.
Yeah, thank you, Nitinji, for explaining the ground rules.
And I'm going to post it in the chat as well, so that it's there for everybody's reference. I hope the situation doesn't come, but just being a little proactive about it.
Can you see the screen, Nitinji? If you can confirm that.
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay, so then let's get started with Swamiji's short video, and then we can get started with.
Lord Krishna says, Arjun, if you cannot achieve absorption in me, don't worry, all is not lost. What to do? Abhyasa yoga, practice yoga. He's calling it Abhyasa yoga. Take the mind to God. But it came off. Again, take it there. Again, it came off. Again, take it there. What kind of drama is this? Don't worry. The first 1 hour, you are only succeeding for 5% of the time. Continue. After 1 hour, you will succeed 10% of the time. After another hour, you will succeed 15% of the time. And after a month, you'll say, yeah, it's not so bad after all.
Thank you, Rahul. Okay, let me share the screen once more. Give me a sec, if you can help me share the screen once more so that I can reiterate the rules that we spoke about. Are you able to see the screen? Okay, I wanted to reiterate it because I see. Okay, so these classes are offered free as a loving service, and the participants, the prerogative, it's completely our co-hosts or host prerogative to bar somebody from an interaction. So if somebody posts anything which is unwarranted with some ulterior motive, goes against the spirit of this program, this is going to be an interactive segment based on the questions that Rahul and our quiz masters have prepared. But somebody sends anything out of context, not related to the session, generally they can be dispelled immediately, from the session. So just wanted to call out these rules, and these rules have been constructed in consultation with Swamiji, because we have seen one person coming here, repeating with different names and putting in messages which are completely unwarranted. With that said, all yours, Rahul, to get the quiz going. Okay, I'm going to stop share. Let's get started.
Rahulji, you're muted.
You're muted, Rahul.
Yeah, I hope you can hear my voice very clearly.
Now, yes.
Okay, yes. Let's get then started here.
All yours, Rahul. Let's get started. Chat is open for all. You're welcome to. Now I'm seeing multiple Nehas joining, so it's already a sign for our facilitators to keep a tab on Neha. 4 participants, I can tell the name: Neha, Raj, Madhu, and Ankit. These are the names which are used by this miscreant of late. And typically, one of the things will come from these names only. Okay, so please keep an eye out for it and don't shy away from dispelling it as soon as any unwarranted message comes. Okay, let's get started.
Let's get started. So you see some pictures on your screen. Can someone tell that what is common in all of them? And you can raise your hand and then can get started.
Okay, so the way it will go is you have to raise your hand and let's get the discussion going. What is common in all of them?
Yeah, this entire quiz is based on participation, so we really need the raise of hands.
You raise your hand and we call you up. Like I said, if you can turn on your video, best. If not, for some reason, audio is good enough.
Chat has also started coming in.
Chat has also started. All are avatar of God, Swati ji is saying. Okay, this is a good one. Anybody else who wants to add anything?
So there are three.
Let's
Yeah.
let's call a participants who are raising their hands.
Abhinav ji, Radhe Radhe, please go ahead.
Radhe Radhe. I'll say living beings which have soul.
Living beings which are soul. Okay, that's a fair answer too. Rahul, I'll leave it up to you how much discussion you want per question, because you know how many questions you're going to ask, right? So we need to pace it accordingly. Let's hear quickly. Pallavi ji, you wanted to add something?
Hi, Radhe Radhe. This is Dashavatar of Lord Vishnu, that is Krishna.
Dashavatar. Okay, thank you. So, Seema, Laddu.
Radhe Radhe Bhaiya, all are Vishnu avatars.
All are Vishnu avatars. Okay, Rahul, why don't you chime in on that? So I think all answers are kind of falling in place. They are
It
avatars
seems our
of
part.
God. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it seems our participants are very learned, and probably they have learned from you and Swamiji and Maharajji.
Your audio is a little shaky. You may want to check it out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
be a little loud, maybe.
I think Rahul ji has a little bit of a throat problem also.
But
That's
this was not the original question. I just wanted to check that we are paying attention here. So now the question comes. Why this is not working? Okay, so now this is us. So we will be getting confused. Yeah, okay, all these are avatars. Now the question is fill in the blanks. All the avatars of God are dash and dash. So
Dash
this
and
is the real question. Yes.
okay. Now the question begins. Shyamji is
That
thinking.
was just a teaser. Yeah. So
Okay, who wants to take this question?
I think anyone except Sandhya ji and Nitin ji. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is the Tattva Gyan now. We are getting into Tattva Gyan, our dash and dash.
Dhruvil has answered one part of the dash.
Kumarji is saying part of the Shavatar. That's very smart, but yeah, we want something else. Option. There are no options.
Everybody's asking for options, yeah. But
So
then
you-
there
But
is
there is no
you
option.
can just guess openly. It's nothing, no scores, nothing. So
Yeah,
feel free.
go ahead. You can type in human and animals, Kumarji is saying. You can type in, you can raise your hand and come on audio. I think there's a Tattva Gyan related stuff that I think our quiz master is looking for.
Yeah, we are looking for specific words. Yeah. So you can type in the chat or raise your hand.
so
Again, this is
Dhruvil has
based on a,
typed.
yeah, this is based on a discussion you have had in the last 2 weeks.
Complete. Yes, complete is one of them, Dhruvil. Good going. I think
Correct.
hopefully it gives you an idea about what we are expecting here. They are complete and
And I think Sam ji has answered part of that. It says same and equal in power.
same and equal in power. Yes. So yes, like we spoke about this concept, they may choose to have certain powers remain latent, may not manifest it. Like for example, if he has come in Kurma avatar to rescue Earth, why would he do leelas and steal butter as a tortoise, right? Or to do those kind of naughty activities that he does in Krishna avatar, or kill demons like he did in Poganda Leela when he got took avatar as Lord Ram. So they are all complete in themselves. Some come for an express purpose, some for a particular purpose, some to give basis for devotion to God. So this is the right answer. Go ahead.
And Nitin ji, just stick to the question because there can be other questions, and you will see a chime also when the answer comes here. So
Okay.
We should read other comments as well. One comment from Mayurji is to protect good and destroy, remove bad. You know, this shloka in Bhagavad Gita, it's coming from there. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
So
you
the
for
thing
commenting.
that,
We can have more
the blank-
discussion on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so the blank is like just meant to fit one word. So it's 2 words particularly.
Yeah.
but
It's
I
not a
think most
it's
of the
not a
part.
sentence. Okay. Just word. Yeah. That's good.
Correct.
Good.
I think
It's a good
most of the
start.
participants answered it correctly, even though they answered different words, but the essence is the same. Yeah. So kudos to all of you. Let's move to the next question.
That's a good start, Rahul. Wonderful. Let's move on.
Yeah. Some reason. Okay, so now this is true and false, similar to Kahoot. Yeah, you already know, which question is coming up, and you have 10 seconds here just to put the time pressure. Krishna's Murli Madhuri refers to his enchanting form. Is it true or false? You can type in the chat also. I think that is easier.
Murli Madhuri refers to his enchanting form.
Okay,
Think
most of the
about
answers are
it.
coming in true. Yeah. So
Yeah, keep at it. Yeah. So everyone seems to be saying true at this point.
but the answer is,
But the
so,
answer is,
yeah, I think
you
get well
dropped
soon,
I
it in.
will
Mr.
remove.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get well soon, Raji. I hope so. But yeah, so the answer is, yes, false actually, because Murli Madhuri refers to that beautiful tune, yeah, that would put the gopis in trance.
Yeah.
Probably,
So it is, yeah, the Roop Madhuri is the enchanting form. If you remember, Roop Madhuri is the enchanting, and Murli Madhuri, it's the, yeah, he steals the chit of gopis through that flute. Now, there is a reason why God picks up flute. Anybody wants to comment on that? Why you think God picked up flute and not tabla, or let's say harmonium, or maybe say sitar? Any thoughts on that? It's a pretty interesting thing if you think about it. Anybody want to give it a shot? Why flute? I mean, out of all the things. Yes, Samji. Bonus marks for you if you get
नहीं
it.
नहीं ऐसे मजाक में बता रहा हूँ। तो वहां बांस वगैरह बहुत थे तो मुरली बन जाती थी इजीली।
Hmm.
तबले के लिए थोड़ा टाइम लगता है बनाने में।
Okay, fair point. Yes, Shashiji, you want to add something? Shashi.
Shashi ji?
Hanji, I think, he chose that because Murli is, hollow, but it still gives so much love and, attraction. So this is what I feel.
Right, right, right. I mean, I've always thought about it as the other things, you need things, right? I mean, the instruments, the strings do their stuff, or the tension that is there in the tabla skin that does the music, does the trick, or all the chords have to fall in place. They are doing their job. But in flute, it is hollow. He pours, everything is poured through Krishna only, and flute is willing to let it flow. Whatever you are going to have, I'm going to be your flute. It's like surrender. The principle of surrender is flute, right? If you think of it, we have to become his flute. I would let you play the music that you want. So if you think about that, flute is a perfect example for that. Any other instrument, if you look at, we have other chords and so many sophistication that comes into picture. In this case, it's purely Krishna. Whatever he's pouring in, flute is letting it flow through it. Probably that's why Krishna chose flute, right? And he's anyway special, right? He chooses special things. I mean, he could have chosen a crown. He chose the peacock feather. Okay, I hope I'm not going out of scope now.
yeah, you don't go out of the context, but
Okay,
we have
he
some
could have,
interesting.
he could have,
Comments.
he could have stood straight, right? But he said, no, I'm going to do something different. So he became crooked from three angles, Tribangi Lal, right? So then now we have beautiful bhajans written on that form because he's taken a different shape. So yes, God does things a little differently. So that is probably the reason. But yeah, good discussion. I think this is going well. I think people are participating and this is making it a little more interesting. Good, Rahul. Good.
This was a trick question also. So a lot of the people actually didn't get it right. They said true, but I think the reason is it was just the specifics of the form that you had to remember. I mean, the flute. Yeah.
Seema is
Maybe
saying
you might want
Krishna
to.
can dance and play the flute at the same time. Yeah, that is good too. You can't do tabla and dance at the same time. Very true.
And Chandan is saying God comes through ears more than any other means, I guess.
Through
And
years.
Dhruvil is saying Murli can be played anywhere. So logical answer.
Murli can be played anywhere. Very true.
Yeah.
Good answers coming in.
This was a double pointer question, by the way. So all of you got it wrong.
And the good thing about these questions is it's helping us contemplate on God's forms and the things that he uses. So it's a Roop Dhyan also we are doing in the process, a good way.
Prachi ji.
Yes, Prachi, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, it's funny that we're talking about Murli. I personally play the wooden flute, and I remember once as a child when I was watching the Krishna series, I think somewhere it came up that Krishna was, as a child, was alone in the forest, and he just saw this hollow wood, right? And he wanted to entice all the gopis and kind of do something where they get attracted to him so that he can take the flute anywhere with him and start playing, and the sound which the flute makes is so melodious and enticing that it kind of hypnotizes people when they hear.
Hypnotizes, yes, that's the right word. Thank you, Prachi ji, for that. There's another story related to that where Krishna, and we know, right, Ram Bhagwan and Shiv Bhagwan, they both adore each other and consider each other as their spiritual fathers. So here also, Krishna is big. The biggest Vaishnavite is Shiv Bhagwan himself, and he's also favorite of Krishna Bhagwan. So he said, "Okay, I want." Shiv says, "I want to be close to you always," and then he says, I wish to press your feet always." So he became a flute, and both wishes are fulfilled. So he's pressing him all the time, and he's close to his lips. So both are. So they say that the Lord Shiv also takes the form of his flute at times. Great, good question, good discussion. Let's move on.
Yeah, we have some questions in the chat also, but I
Question.
think, yeah, that those probably can be put in the feedback tracker unless Nitinji wants to take that.
Yeah, you can put it in the feedback tracker. If your flute serving as a tool to Krishna, through him everything is happening, then who are Gopikas and what do they represent? Okay. We can become flute of Krishna when we are perfectly surrendered. Then God takes control, right? In yesterday's session, spiritual cash up segment, that mind thing went off. So we became direct instruments of God. But that doesn't happen. God does not take complete control of us unless we are fully surrendered. It's a privilege to become his instrument, but we are not yet there. Gopikas were his instrument because they were fully surrendered. We are not there yet. And that is an aspirational state for every spiritualist to perfect their surrender and become a flute of Krishna. We are not yet there. We are doing our own thing because we have our ego and our imperfections that come in the way. Good question though. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Move on
All
to
the
the next
discussions
question.
are really nice, and I think there are two options. Either we capture some of this in the feedback tracker, or we go with this, but then we just shorten the questions because I think we might run out of time and all as well. So we
Let's
can do
move
it.
on. I'll let you moderate, pace it so that how many questions are we
Yeah.
talking about? Should I keep a time check?
Same thing, like 18 or 19.
Okay, let's quickly move on then.
So you see two people here, probably Sandhya or maybe Nitinji. Yeah, it seems like, yeah. Okay, so now the question comes here: in bhakti, enthusiasm and patience are considered unfavorable practices. True or false? I think Shachiji has raised her hand.
Yeah, you can put in your response as well. So Neha 1 has started. So first element has come in already. So you can just expel, I told we were anticipating it and she's not letting us down, living up to it. So can we just expel Neha 1?
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Neha
Good.
is gone. Yeah, back to her home. Yeah. Pallaviji, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Answer is false. The spiritual seeker has to be a very enthusiastic and a patience, having a lot of patience also.
Yes, we have spoken about this. I think these are the great attributes to have on the path of bhakti, enthusiasm, and patience. They are favorable and not unfavorable. Good one,
Yes.
Pallavi. And I think most of the people got it right. So we can continue to pace the questions accordingly.
So now here you have to identify the entity in the picture on the seesaw, and the picture is here. And this question is probably from Spiritual Cash Up, if you guys remember, and that should be relatively easy, but not from Pallaviji. Maybe somebody else can raise the hand.
Yeah, sorry, I'll go it down.
So Tejas has answered Maya. I see answers like material world coming in.
But we are looking for a specific word, yeah, which KHD specifically mentioned,
it's
and
actually
Maharaj has also mentioned.
it's just one word. Yeah.
I think the answers are already there. Yeah, Chandanji and Pratyusha
Something which is bigger than God. We spoke about that, right? Yes. Desire.
Yes.
Which is pretty fascinating, right? Even if you get everything all the way up to the size of God, which is anyway infinite, still our desire will not. So there's a saying in English which says the body became old, but the desire always remained young. So this is something which cannot never be satiated unless, of course, you dovetail it towards spirituality, and then it's a good desire to have. In bhakti also, you are never satiated, but in a good way. Good
Laddu's answer is negative vibes.
Are you back into vibe business? Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. I think our participants are very enthusiastic today.
And very active. Pretty
And
good.
please fill out the feedback tracker on how your experience was. Maybe this was an experiment today other than Kahoot. If you like it, we'll make it a permanent feature, a more frequent feature. Yes.
So now the question is, guess the special rasas or madhuri which a Jivatma gets to savor from Thakurji's or Shri Krishna avatar. We can give you some clues also. You will see some
You can
clues.
raise your hand if you don't remember all. I mean, as many as you can remember, you can talk about.
Yes. So these are all clues, yeah, which can help you to get those words for those madhuris or those special rasas.
Okay. Dhruvin answered one.
But he is not confident. Yeah, Bal Madhuri and then
Question mark.
0 marks here and that. Yeah. I think Pallaviji has raised
Pallavi
that.
Radhe Radhe, Madhurya Bhav, Madhur.
So yeah, this is like this is the rasas versus the bhavs, but yeah.
Madhuris, 4 Madhuris.
You can check the
Four
chat. Yeah, I think
Madhuris.
answers are coming in.
Pallavi, you want to say? Go ahead. So I see Madhurya Bhav, Bal Madhuri, Murli Madhuri, Roop Madhuri, I think, and Prem Madhuri.
Prem Ras. Prem Ras.
Prem Madhuri. Yeah, let's put, these are the Madhuris you get to. That is why we spoke why Krishna, I mean, God, all avatars are same. God is same, right? So there's no difference between Ram, Krishna, Shiva, for that matter, Kurma avatar, Ambar avatar, any avatar, the Narsingh avatar as well. But Krishna avatar is special because you get to savor all these Madhuris. With others, a bit of formality can come in. Right, so that is the only advantage that one gets. It's a sweet form of associating your mind to God. So thank you for the question. Yeah, go ahead.
One good thing is today everybody is playing together as a team, which is so good, right? They are adding to each other's answers. So that's nice. And I also like the music that Rahulji has added after every response.
Yes,
That's
chimes
interesting.
music, which is nice.
Yeah.
And co-hosts are quickly active. Just stay on alert because I still see some suspect names which are going to swing into action. I have a full confidence sometime in between. Okay, so keep an eye.
Sure. Yes.
Same person joins with 3-4 different IDs just to create ruckus at the given opportunity. So let's make sure we expel them immediately. Go ahead.
And for all those Krishnamai suspects, get well soon. So let's move to the next slide.
Let's move to the next one. Yeah.
Okay, so now this origin, because this is like a debatable topic. Yeah, I mean, you talk to different people, they will say, okay, Sampradaya, this, that, image. So you see
Origin
here
of, okay.
of these three. Sorry, yeah, it should be.
No, I don't think people would have all seen it immediately.
Yeah, but the question is origin of all these sampradayas, not only limited to 3, because these are the major ones.
And if someone can give lineages that I think Nitinji had described in the class.
So because of Kahoot, people have got very quick eyes now, okay? Spotting the answers and questions.
But
so
you have to get that answer.
Sampradaya Pratha, right? We have we get boxed into which lineage do you belong to? When Swamiji comes, somebody comes, which lineage do you? Advait, Vishishta Advait, Advaitavet. And then we try to box ourselves in that kind of a thing. But we spoke about this concept. The origin of all the lineages can be traced back to anybody who wants to raise their hand and say, I see answers coming in as Shri Krishna, Brahma, Shankar, Vishu. I think in excitement, Swatiji, you forgot N in between. But that's fine. We got the concept. Vaishnav, Shivite, Paramatma. Yeah, I think answers are right. It's all the same. Narayan or Krishna. You can trace it all back to all the Sampradayas. End of the day, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru, we say, right? So he's the original Jagat Guru. And then these Sampradayas, it's just a matter of function of time, place, and kal, when the spiritual masters come from time to time and they focus on a particular message. And then the people who follow them, they start a lineage. And then they say, this is the only thing we are going to follow, right? It's like that elephant story. One aspect is revealed, and then they say, this is the only thing which is right. Until somebody like Maharaj Ji can come, who can reconcile all the philosophies and, basically explain the whole elephant itself. Good question. Good conceptual question. Let's move on.
We showed the answer.
Good, okay. We are doing okay on the pace now, right? We'll finish it up by
I think so.
Good.
Yeah. So now this is a tricky question. Yeah. You
Okay,
might have
Raj,
to.
let's do that. I do
Done.
that.
Reported and removed.
I gave a benefit of doubt to Raj for a while, so let's take that. Now new names will start coming up.
Yeah, this is a tricky question, so you have to think a bit.
So these were the 4 types of avatars which Nitinji had talked about: Avesha avatar, Vaibhav avatar, Prabha avatar, and then Paravastha avatar.
Pravashtha avatar. Yeah.
Paravastha avatar. Okay. So now let's see. So we can put Naradji under which category? I mean, you can try. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I mean, it doesn't hurt in trying out. But we will have multiple ones where we have to classify them. And in
This
the
is
next
a bit
slide,
of
we
a
will have all the answers.
memory test for sure.
We can provide some hints also if people would like to do that. I mean, yeah, just
Shashi,
for
you
the
wanted to say that?
Okay.
Hey, I don't know this one. I do not know this one.
So I can provide some hints, like for the Avesh avatar, which Nitinji had shown on the slide. It says when God manifests his special powers in an individual soul and acts through him. And he provided 2 options, I mean, 2 examples for that. Probably there can be one of them here. So maybe I can reveal more, but that is
Sure.
like you just have to.
Yeah, why don't you
have
tell
multiple.
Matsya avatar, Matsya.
I can give you a clue. I mean, whichever the option,
Yeah.
the right option has R in the end.
Avatar in the end.
They all have it.
Just to reiterate,
Yeah.
Rahul, Rahulji mentioned that Avesh avatar is when God chooses to manifest some of his powers in an individual soul. So from that perspective, try to see if you can match something.
Then it is an Avesha avatar, of course, right?
Yes. Naradji is an Avesha avatar. And I think Shashiji mentioned correctly, this is the Matsya avatar. But which category will it fall into?
Matsya avatar, which
Matsya
one?
avatar, yeah.
Matsya avatar, which one would it?
So let me give you some more hint. In Vaibhav avatar, it says when God descends in his divine form and manifests more of his divine powers. And there were 3-4 examples given by Nitinji, which were related to animals and all those things. So that might be a hint.
Anybody who remembers it?
Everybody is guessing it in the chat. Vaibhav avatar for, I think, the Matsya avatar. Also, after Rahulji has given a sufficient
I
hint.
think maybe Rahulji, you define all the avatars and then people will have. Otherwise,
No,
they
but
each
then
time
people-
define one avatar, they just pick that.
No, but then people will forget. Yeah. So okay, let's go forward. Yeah, you will see multiple other ones.
Yeah.
So we have Ved Vyasji here.
Yeah,
You
Ved
can answer
Vyasji
in the
and
chat.
Naradji both are in the same category, right? Avesha avatar.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Nitinji, you can answer only this question. So yeah, let's move forward here.
And I think the Prabhav avatar, Ambar avatar was one of them, I believe.
I see.
Ram Krishna, all they fall into that.
In the chat, people are guessing left, right, and center.
Yeah, because you have multiple options, but Shri Krishna will come in this one, the Paravastha avatar. Yeah.
Pravashtha avatar, Pravashtha avatar, yeah. Pravashtha avatar.
Okay, next one. Yeah, I think this is easy now. We already know. Yeah, which one. So,
Kurma avatar, which one would it come into? Which one, Rahul?
Answers have
Yeah.
started pouring in.
yeah,
Vaibhav
let's look at
avatar.
the chat. Yes, correct. Yes, our audience is like
We are pretty
so
smart.
proactive.
For
Once you
those who
give them
remember
the
where
hint,
the for those who remember where the fish went, you'll remember this also.
Exactly.
okay, there is now another one, yeah, which is very similar to
Buddha.
correct. Yeah, Buddha. Yeah, Buddha ji is there. Yeah,
And Krishna is also there.
yeah.
It
Shri
was
Krishna, I
already
think we already did that.
mapped.
But Buddha ji comes under this Avesh avatar. Yeah, probably
Avesha
they
avatar,
might.
right? Like
Yeah.
first one, yeah.
Already, yeah. Dhruvil and Chandan ji have already answered. So it seems our audience is pretty active in that. And then there is the last one, I believe.
Yeah. I see an iPhone joining, so keep an eye out. Okay. I know it's going to be a cat and mouse game. Sorry, audience, but it's what it is. We can't.
There are 2 iPhones.
We can't stop interaction just because somebody has some ulterior motives here. We'll continue to check them out as and when they continue to put things here. Go ahead.
This is also under the Vaibhav avatar. So I think, and then the last one is probably Sri Ram. Yeah. And then Sri Ram comes under Paravashtha avatar.
Pravashtha avatar, yeah, we spoke about that.
And then here it shows you everything, so that there is no confusion here, to make sure
Okay,
that
so this is the correct mapping. Good.
Yeah,
Vaibhav
correct.
avatar, yeah, it's like Vaibhav avatar, and where he comes in not reveals his all the properties. He come for a particular purpose, right? Matsya avatar happened,
Correct, yeah.
Kurma avatar happened, and then Varah avatar happened as well, right? Good.
Yeah,
So
the
I
idea
think
was
this is
that
an easy thing to remember, na? If this is an animal form,
yes,
it's Vaibhav avatar, and
Right.
correct, yeah.
yeah. Prachi ji has raised hand.
Yes.
Radhe Radhe. Oops. Yeah.
Radhe Radhe. So I recall, in fact, it's funny, today itself, I was listening to Nitinji's lecture of, I think, few days back when I think he was doing this.
Short lecture, Swamiji. I take section only. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. Your discourse, maybe that's better. No? All right.
Sessions.
I recall, and I don't want to put you on the spotlight, but I recall you mentioned that somebody had asked a question, in which category would Swamiji or saints fall under?
Maharajji. Yeah.
Maharajji, yeah. So you said you'll get back.
I said I get back.
Yeah, sorry.
I have actually
That's why I
taken
said I didn't want to put you in the spotlight.
No worries. I have taken a session on that earlier. Maybe I can revisit that and get it back. Okay. So the
Okay.
yesterday, two categories of saints were revealed: Nitya Sadhan Siddh and Nitya Siddh. Then there is a third category called Avatari, where God himself manifests and takes the form of a guru as well. Okay, that is a Swansh, God himself. So Maharaji is known to be that avatar.
Okay.
Right? In fact, he's considered to be the second avatar in the three-tipped avatar of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The first one was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, second Maharaji, and this is going to be third one as well. So they are called avatari. They don't fall into Nitya Siddh or Sadhan Siddh category. They are like avatari themselves. We can talk about in more detail in one of the sessions. I have taken a session in the past, but we'll do that recap again. Thank you for asking, nevertheless, Prachi.
Arun ji has also posted in the chat for everyone the definitions of all the four avatars.
Yeah, thank you, Arunji.
Thank you, Arun. All right, let's move on.
And I think there is a question from
time.
Chandan.
Yeah,
Oh, like a guess about Vishnu, in which form he takes avatar, and he's saying Vaibhav avatar. So do you want to clarify?
One Vishnu form takes the avatar in the world. I don't know, maybe it's out of scope for me. Okay, I can do some research what it means or speak to Chandan offline. Let's move on to the next question.
You see a monkey? Yeah, he's having a
Now you're going to introduce a few more things on this monkey, huh?
Yeah, it is not smart. I mean, it is not as smart as the monkey you show in your slides, but it is still smart.
That's cute.
So now the question here comes, monkey analogy of comparison of the paths, because Nitinji talked about those paths, represents those who rely on self-efforts. So is it true or false? That is the question.
Dhruv already answered. And Pallavi ji has raised hand.
Vaishnavi says true, Kumarji says true, Chandan says true. Nobody, true is in majority. Anybody
unanimous
who wants to challenge that? Laddu saying true. Everybody's saying true.
Yes, Pallavi ji.
Pallavi ji, go ahead, please. You wanted to say something? Yeah, if you want to add something, raise your hand. You can speak up as well. That's the whole idea.
Yeah, and you can explain the concept also, because this is important.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pallavi ji. You can explain the concept.
Monkey analogy is the one where it is, true, that like Gyanmark, who has to rely on self-efforts. Correct, yeah. And the cat analogy is the one which relies on the bhakti mark, where
anybody remembers which darshan talks about it and what do we call that? Bonus points for that. Which darshan talks about this and what is the terminology that is used for it? Annapurna ji has raised. Annapurna ji, please go ahead.
Markata, Nyaya. Yeah.
Markat,
and then Marjala.
Markat.
I think
there
it
is a
is
full
from Nyaya Darshan.
I think Markat is fine, but it is 50%
Nyaya
right.
Darshan.
Nyaya Darshan is right, and it is called Markat Kishore and Marjar Kishore. Kishore is the baby. Very nice. Thank you, Annapurna ji.
Yeah.
Great. Market Kishore Kumar ji is saying. And Mark at Kishore is saying. So we'll mark. Okay, let's move on. I think we're doing okay on the time, right? Pace-wise?
Yeah, I think, yeah, we should be good.
Good.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's
even
cover
if
all
some
the 18.
questions are left, yeah.
No, we'll cover all.
Okay, now this is important question. What is the first step in shaping one's destiny? And you will see some pictures which can give you some clues.
Yeah, this is a good
First
one.
one is this.
This is a good one.
Second,
Character,
third,
habit.
and then fourth.
Which
That's it.
one would
And
you
then,
pick up? Yeah, this is a good one.
yeah, you can share in the chat the answer or maybe raise your
Or
hand.
you can type in as well if you know that. And it's a memory test, not an open book test. Habits. Abhinav, did you wanted to say rabbits, or did you say, okay, habits, action, thoughts, thought.
Yes, I think that
Once
that answer
thought
is
came,
coming.
thought only.
Yeah.
Okay, action. Samji?
Yes.
Sandhya is saying thought process.
Radhe,
Okay,
thought. Thought is the first one. Based on the thought, somebody takes any action, verbal action or physical action or whatever you call it.
Very
and
true.
then the habits, you put the value into that one, your belief system is fundamental. Then personality develops out of that, character out of that.
You remember we did that, there's a beautiful saying, right? You sow a thought, you reap an action. You sow an action, you reap a habit. You sow a habit, you reap a character. So it all starts with thought. And I think Winston Churchill had said that the responsibility of greatness lies on every thought that you put in here. So if you want to become great, we have to think great. We cannot be having a thought process with lowly thoughts. And it all starts with a thought. That is the power of thought. Swamiji has beautifully explained this concept in his book as well. Good question, Rahul. Very nice question that you picked up.
And that book is called Power of Thoughts. So do check it out if you don't have that on Amazon India and Amazon USA.
And I see a lot of everybody has gotten action. Some people have gone with action. Seema is saying, Laddu is saying thought process, action. So yeah, it was between action and thought. If it was a Kahoot, it would have been a 50-50 kind of a thing. But I hope this concept got refreshed today. Thought by thought, we forge our destiny. Very nice, Aparna ji. Sandhya is saying, thought by thought, you forge your destiny. And Aparna ji is saying, we forge our destiny. So both are right. Okay.
You saw two people, yeah, these are like super confused because the question is also confusing. Yeah.
When I came to know about this concept, God, right? One of the things you can always remember about God is both our protector and our witness. God is watching us, God is protecting us. So then I would joke around with people, God is protecting me and God is watching you. Okay. So, but it's watching us and protecting us both. Anyways, let's move on.
I think that question is still not completed and Ajit ji has raised his hand, but let's see that question. Yeah. So now from this clue, you have to guess the name of Kana or Shri Krishna Thakurji, whatever you want to say. You can chime in the chat.
This is an interesting one.
Let's.
There are options, answers in the chat, including
Vaishnavi,
Chitchor.
Sandhya is saying chor. Now people are prefixing it with chit. Lala, Prachi is saying Lala. Aparna ji is saying Manmohan. Well,
Manmohan.
Makhan Chor also is coming.
Who's seeing Makhan here?
But the answer is Chitchor, yeah, as you can
So
see.
the balloon has the spot in the shape of a heart has Makhan in it. So
Yes,
that's
correct.
Makhan Chor as well. Chit Chor is the right because he steals the heart, and Chit Chor is a. But then he doesn't steal the heart of everyone, right? It's a privilege, and hitting a jackpot if he chooses to steal your heart. He needs a clean heart and a beautiful heart and a surrendered heart and a loving heart. Very nice. Good question, Rahul. Madan Mohan. A lot of people have said that as well.
And the picture was also very enchanting.
It's Madam Mohan. Okay. So I think
typing mistake.
फिर से वही.
Got it, Annapurna ji, got it. It's Madan Mohan. Okay, categorize.
Okay,
Correct.
so now this is an important thing because we are talking about the path of Gyan, path of Bhakti, and then path of Karma. and we will get some pictorial clues, and then we have to classify them in the correct path. Then you will notice. I mean, let's start. Yeah. This seems to be like heaven. Yeah, I can give the clues, and we
Oh,
might
you've
want
already
to put it.
disclosed it's heaven, or it seems to be like heaven.
Yeah,
So,
it seems to be heaven. Yeah. So,
okay, all right.
so should we classify them in in the
I've
path
got
of
two
Gyan?
answers in the chat that are saying, three answers that are saying Gyan for this, for heaven.
Gyan,
But
you are
now
saying,
karma also came.
okay, Gyan, Karam. I think it's a split verdict between
And
maybe, okay, whoever agrees with Gyan, you can just raise your hand. We can take a quick poll, by show of hands only. Okay, Samji, you said Gyan, okay.
4 people. No, I mean numbers are
A lot of
increasing.
people are going with Gyan will take you to heaven.
Okay,
Okay,
numbers are increasing.
okay, fair enough.
someone is showing bhakti also. Yeah, saying in the chat. So.
Seema has thrown Bhakti also into the mix. Bhakti will take you to heaven. Okay, Neha is joining again, so keep an eye, please.
Yeah.
Nehaji can go to the heaven. Yeah.
So, Karam will take. So, okay, so let me revise the concept. If you said that Gyan will take you to heaven, no, but I'm not going to disclose the answer. You have to disclose
Yeah.
everything, right,
So,
Rahul? And
but
Yeah,
we
we
should
will.
see now how many people are supporting term. Well, after we
Yeah.
can have their put their hands
I think
down.
the confusion is everyone is thinking it's Brahmanand versus heaven.
No, this is heaven. Yeah. So.
But see,
Yeah.
we are talking about heaven here. But let's put all the options and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cash
Because
is saying it's the hole in the ozone layer.
how about this Satchitanand?
Satchidanand. Now, it'll take you to Satchidanand.
This is yeah.
Okay, so let me clarify the first one. Am I allowed to do that so that we can continue
Yeah.
the discussion?
Yeah, you can do that, and in the next slide I will have all the classifications. But yeah,
Okay.
you can. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so the basically the heaven you can only go through. Okay, you Karam only. Karam takes you to heaven at best. Okay, if you are doing good karma. Karam is good karma. Vikaram is bad karma. Karam is Karam Yog. Now you say Gyan and Bhakti. Now we are saying the perfection of each one of it. Partially Gyan, partially Bhakti could land you in heaven as well. You never know. But path of Karam, basically direct mapping is Karam takes you to heaven. The other two have a different destinations. Now go ahead, Rahul, continue to do that. Satchitanand. What is the third
Yeah,
one?
we have Satchitanand, and then the third one is
Okay, you kept
or love. Yeah.
now Satchitanand is both basically Bhakti and Gyan both can take you to Satchitanand. But in Bhakti you get heart as well, right? Which is Premanand in that sense.
Correct.
That is the whole idea. Anybody who has, okay, you can lower your hand and you can raise back your hand if you have any question, understanding, or the difference between this. So Rahul is going to expound on it more. Go ahead, Rahul.
And remember, we are just talking about the path. I'm not saying Gyan Yoga or Karma Yoga. I'm just saying path. Karma, Gyan, Bhakti. All those three different ones. Yeah, Samji, go
No,
ahead.
you're right. Bhakti is the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, my question was regarding the first one. So was it a cloud or was it like the light you are seeing, the Brahman light from a distance, train or something like that?
I think you
I
didn't
thought
hear.
it was a kind of train, something from a distance you see it.
Yeah, we announced it. It is heaven. Rahul announced
Heaven,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
maybe
Yeah.
It's okay. No worries. Yeah.
I think somebody chimed in. It is a hole in the ozone layer, and then it is definitely not Brahman. So yeah, it was heaven. We said, and heaven you can reach through Karam. Karam Yog can at best take you to heaven. Yes.
So I have a question to add just to make sure that we all understand this concept right. Hell, if hell is which path can take us to hell?
Hell is coming
It
next.
will be. It will be coming up. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
So
okay. There is a path that can take you to hell as well.
yeah, this is based on a table which Nitinji had shown, but I think this is an important concept. Yeah. So I just wanted to revise that, and Pallaviji has answered it correctly. Path of Gyan and Karma, Satchit Anand. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it is there.
Kumarji is saying it's light coming to the end of the tunnel until you realize it's a train coming in the opposite direction. Okay. Let's move on.
See, this is important. Independent or that doesn't require any assistance. Yeah.
Good conceptual question. Is that all in this one?
No, we have multiple ones. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Grace.
We have 10
This
minutes.
can be
Hopefully, we can wrap up all.
And then we have See, Thakurji is
People,
getting tied up.
you may raise hand if you want to answer this. Also, of course, put in the chat. But yeah,
And by putting everyone is welcome, that is everyone is eligible.
It's a
very
good
nice question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Very nice. Bhakti, everybody has eligibility. It takes you to the highest possible, gift of God, which is Premanand. Sachidanand is moksha, and that is the peak of Gyan Yoga. At best, you can get that, but you are definitely not eligible for the Premanand. Only if you reject Jagatanand, Mukti, Bhukti, then only you gain eligibility for the highest gift of God or the highest prize of God. And then Karam at best can take you to heaven, which is a temporary thing, right? Again, you come back, you're
Correct.
still the 8.4 million game. And hell also you are bringing in that Karam can take, if it is not a properly directed Karam, which is called Vikaram, more technically, then you can go to hell as well. Hell as well, rhymes as well. Okay. All right.
And we could have also
finally,
talked about this. There was this image of Bhakt Vashya, this cute image of Krishna.
Bhaktavashya, very true. And then that is where God becomes enslaved. So just imagine the Brahmand Nayak, the one who has created this whole creation. He will become your slave. Can you imagine that possibility? So that can happen only through bhakti.
We
That's a
have
good-
also one option called independent here. That
yeah,
actually
this is important.
There's no one has
Independent.
I think only Pallavi has G has replied for that, but I don't think anyone else replied for that so far. Okay.
Mhm. Well, independent means bhakti does not need any ashray or a support from anything. It doesn't need
Correct.
gyan. Bhakti on itself can sustain it. Gyan needs the help of bhakti, yoga, gyan yoga, and karam also needs bhakti. Bhakti is the secret ingredient, regardless of which path you are on. But bhakti in itself can sustain itself, and it is called Maharani actually. It is independent of
Correct.
every other thing. So bhakti it alone can take you towards that. Yeah.
And finally, these are the answers here.
Okay, Neha,
Yeah,
time, Neha, involuntary, it's like a sin.
Obviously, okay.
Can't help it.
Yeah, we can put the grace here also, but that requires bhakti also. So I just put it. These are the final answers we have.
Bhakti, yes. How many questions we have covered? How many are remaining?
Sure, yeah, check once. I think 14 are there. Maybe there are 3, 4 remaining. I think 4, 5. Yeah, we can go. Otherwise, we can leave it at a point whenever looks like. Okay, so now this question is about Bhagavad Gita, as you can see. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita commentary by Swamiji. So according to Bhagavad Gita, verse 9.31, what does Sri Krishna declare? And the options are
9.31.
here.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And here now you have the options. It is pretty easy to probably select or comment in the chat. We might be getting some responses. Yeah, I think Dhruvil, Chandanji, Vaishnavi has answered that correctly.
I think the word that is used in this one is pranashyati.
Correct.
Na me dash pranashyati.
The answers are coming in the chat here, and everyone is saying A, no devotee of mine is ever lost.
Very true. Very true. This is what Lord Krishna is promising. No devotee of mine is ever. He's not saying no yogi or no jnani. He's saying no na me bhaktya pranashyati. So this is the key concept that we had spoken about. It's a beautiful shloka. Good. How many questions are remaining? You think we are on time?
I think 4 are remaining, but we can leave whenever we want that.
No, that's fine. We can probably have a bit of a discussion towards the end. I want to how this goes, and probably you can put it in the feedback tracker as well. We can do that maybe as an alternate to Kahoot, if this is more engaging and fulfilling for you as part of the discussion that we are having. Okay.
And we have another question. What are the components of the habit loop? If you remember that vicious cycle which Nitinji had shown. So, and we have some options or we have some clues here. Cause, there can be another word for that. Then you have something here and something here. So there are 3 words which were mentioned here. And you can type in the chat. Yeah. I think Tejasji says.
Yeah, for those who paid attention to the Soul Soup segment, they would be familiar with this discussion that was done multiple times by Nitinji.
I think Samji has answered it correctly, it seems, in the chat. Stimulus.
We are looking for 3 answers actually. Yeah.
Stimulus, response, and reward. Yeah, Dhruv.
Correct, yeah. So that is already there in the chat. Many people have answered it, including
Cue,
Dhruv
act,
and
and yeah, cue. Yeah, that is also right. Cue,
yeah,
act, and reward. The cue acts as a stimulus, basically, right? When we have some kind of
correct.
an habit, the thing we start doing, it'll send that trigger to our neurons, and then this gets triggered.
Yeah.
Our habit gets triggered. Good one. Good questions, Rahul. You have really curated the
So
questions, well, covering
you
the
see
key.
here Raja Janak. Now the question is related to him.
Mhm.
So Raja Janak was also known as dash, and then we will have some options here. But the question is, what was his
Before
another
the
name?
question completes, answers have started popping in.
Okay. The audience is like,
Right.
okay, yeah,
And for that
Vidya.
answer that has popped up, what does it mean?
Yeah, that also is another option here, and we can give some clues also here. So we have something here, yeah.
Yeah, detached from beyond
So
the
there
body.
are 4 options, and I
Be
think Dhruvil has
detached.
answered it. Yeah, correctly. Dhruvil has already answered it correctly. So it seems.
Pallavi ji, I think Kumar ji, everybody is getting it. Annapurna ji, Shashi ji, Vaishnavi. I think everybody got it right.
It
Wonderful.
seems today everyone is Kahoot champion. Yeah, everybody is on the leaderboard.
I think
Team championship.
Chandan's answer I right. He put a bracket also after the answer. Okay, so
Yeah.
perfect. It's the most
And
perfect.
for those of
the case is perfect too.
I think we are going to the last few questions. Probably.
Yeah, he was a Brahmanandi, by the way. He had gone transcended beyond his body, Janak. It's very referred to in our scriptures as well. Okay, is it the last one?
I think so. Yeah, probably the last few.
I think last 2.
So
okay.
True or false? Yeah, if free from the body consciousness, you are also God realized. Whether it is true or
This
false.
could have a split verdict here. I have a feeling.
I think people will have it right.
False. The audience is saying false.
Step 1.
Step 1. Yeah, that is a different answer from true, false. Nice.
Anybody for true?
Anybody for maybe? Okay, let's see the answer and then maybe Nitin can explain. But yeah.
Yeah, we spoke
false,
about
yeah.
this concept, false, right?
Correct.
You could be beyond body and yet not be God realized, but if you're God realized, you are definitely beyond body. And we used to have those kind of questions in our exams.
Correct, yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. I think this is probably the last or second last. So in the power of thoughts, there are 3 ways to handle negative thought. And if you don't know, you better purchase the book and read it through. But we will give you the options here.
In fact, there was tool as well, I guess, in the class.
No,
Practical
Dhruv,
tool.
this
So
is
you see these
FIR.
3?
FIR is different. I think power of thoughts, it talks
Yeah,
about.
this is
No,
different.
this
and,
one also was a tool by Dhruv. If
Oh,
I remember
okay.
it right.
Okay.
And these are the clues here. 3 words and 3 clues.
Yes.
3 pictorial clues are there.
Chandan is saying sublimation, sublimation, and sublimation.
Oh no, okay.
I think Kajji has answered it correctly. It seems.
Yeah.
Dilution,
Dilution,
substitution,
substitution.
dilution,
And
substitution,
Prakash also, yeah.
and then sublimation.
Kumarji is saying Kashji, which filling the blank, Kashji, Kumarji. Dilution,
And
substitution.
this is, I think this is the
That's
last one probably. We will get some clues.
Yeah, sorry, this is the last one.
No worries.
Okay, so which of these are ways to practically detach the mind? Because Nitinji recently talked about these tools and tips and tricks.
Vent out difficulties to make the mind feel lighter.
We will not tell if it is a single or multi-select.
Multi.
Because we have the flexibility without Kahoot.
People
I think Dhruvil has answered.
They have picked it up,
correctly.
right? BND, they are
Yes,
calling.
correct.
So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
you got it right. Both are right. So this is good. Anybody who wants to tell about this newer experience or, prefer it over Kahoot, but I definitely saw more people join in today and more participation.
Engagement, yeah.
Engagement. Only risk it runs is that, but I think we should not, that should not discourage us from opening the chat and doing it this way. We just keep an eye out and just keep, removing the person as and when they keep on posting those comments, unwarranted comments here.
So comments are coming. I prefer this to Kahoot.
Yes.
But Nitinji, you mentioned, yeah, that people who are doing Vikram will go to hell. Yeah. So probably Raj and Neha are already there. Yeah. Maybe they might come back, but eventually they might go there again. So,
Looks like Rahul just figured out the algorithm also.
I wish the well to them as well. The point here is we can't help it. See, the Kahoots technologically, we cannot, if we enforce your mail ID to join in, it will become difficult for people to join in. We give the link, direct link. Not everybody is technologically savvy to know to go to Zoom, have an ID, registered ID, and then do that. That is a very easy way for us to block somebody. Now, the person who joins here, all the different names, it's one person. They're not different people. Okay. So it's a lot of cat and mouse that is going on for the last 1 year here. Without getting into specifics, what we will do is we'll still open the chat. We'll keep checking the participant off. Okay. And we still wish the participant well, because even after attending sessions for so long, if this is the only thing this person is hung up upon, then I really wish them well. Even God and Guru can't do much about it. But nevertheless, please fill out the feedback tracker, put in your comment on how the engagement went today. Do you prefer this kind of a format? And I really want to thank Rahul for taking out time and creating these curated questions. I know it takes a lot of time, thought, and energy, of course, to go through it in the manner that you did, which is thoroughly enjoying, engaging, and very, very enjoying, at least personally as well.
don't forget Arunji, yeah, because I think
Arun and Arun are quiz. And if you are
created most of the
inspired,
questions.
you want to join their team and want to create questions, please keep sending it to them. They can build their question bank, and that can help them as well. So it's another seva you could take on. If you're inspired and you think this is the question I want to ask participants in this manner, maybe create a seva around it, and you can keep sending it to Rahul and
On the feedback
Arun.
tracker also, these things can be sent to and we can compile them.
Yeah, that's a good way to engage in seva as well. And then you will be thinking, contemplating on that piece of knowledge, right? So it is win-win all around. You can
And as per the comments, lots of people are saying that they love this idea and they love playing as a team.
So what I would say is we can probably have about, maybe 10 to 12 questions. We can have a bit of a discussion, more discussion. That way we'll not be pressed for time to cover everything. But great. I think guys both did a fantastic job. Anybody else who wanted to chime in or say something?
Are we doing the devotional or?
Yes, we can do a few chats and then we'll wrap it up. Maybe 3 people we can pick up. By the way, tomorrow we have spiritual secrets from Hinduism at the same time, 9 o'clock. So don't miss out on that.
And just to tell people, tomorrow is going to be a similar experience like today. It is also going to be an interactive quiz on the topic of surrender. So, yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Any other announcements, Rahul, from your side?
I think the main announcement is about the family camp, because right now we have some discount going on. So do check it out. I haven't posted the link, but it is from July 4th to July 10th. And then before that, we have the Yoga Fest coming up. So that is also an important thing. Yeah. Sandhya ji, you wanted to add something?
Swati ji is saying there is no time pressure, dhak dhak.
Yes, no dhak dhak. That's very nice.
And it was a very good revision, actually. The
Very good
questions, the way they were designed was just amazing. So, yeah. Samji has raised
More
hand.
more participation for sure. So I'm sure a lot of more people can participate this way. Yes, Samji.
Radhe, I have a question that we 2 persons are subscribed for the family camp, but for some medical reasons we cannot attend it. So can we do it on the online or something when the time permits?
Most likely that will be feasible.
We already paid the money for those 2 persons.
Let's match Samji with Kriti. I think she should be able to answer.
Yeah.
She should be able to answer, and I am sure they can work it out for you.
Yeah.
Yes, Ajit ji.
Thank you.
Nitin ji, I have some doubt actually that in one of the question, the answer was thought rather than action.
No, it's thought
So,
only.
yeah,
Without
so
thought, you will not have
are,
yeah, go ahead, please.
thoughts are not within our control, but actions do. How you respond to your thoughts, that will decide your action, and that will be converted to a habit and other destiny. So what is your opinion, that thought should be the right answer or action should be right?
But then why would you take an action if it is not preceded by a thought, right? You may get a negative thought, but you may not take that action. Like, for example, you may feel like robbing a bank, but you may not choose to do that, right? But that means every action is preceded by a thought. right? Whatever action you do, some thought has gone in. You may have substituted that thought, you may have overpowered that thought, but you cannot do any action without the thought. So it all starts with the thought only. If you go really to the fundamental of any action, it all starts with the thought here only. You may choose to sail some thought, you may choose to override some thought, and but action cannot, you cannot take on an action without having a thought.
But
Giving.
irony is that you don't have any control over thoughts.
No, that is where the
So your
spirituality.
destiny.
Right now, we don't have any control over thoughts, and our mind is like a ground for breeding all kind of thoughts, right? Unwanted thought, unwholesome thoughts. It's like a garden which can grow weeds anytime. But spirituality, as we continue to work on the quality of our mind, then the thoughts will get better control over our thoughts, and then it will become a fertile ground for noble thoughts, uplifting thoughts. Right now we don't have, but then that is the whole idea of spirituality, right? The same question was asked by Arjun to Krishna, and Krishna said, with practice and detachment, you can actually control this mind. So the idea is, right now we don't have, but then as the quality of your mind will keep on improving, you'll have a better control over your thoughts. In fact, it will become a fertile ground for only wholesome, productive, noble, uplifting thoughts only. And that's a bit of a journey for sure. Right? The other day I was talking to Swamiji. He said, I don't remember last time I felt anger. Maybe a flash would have come, but how can a mind not create an anger? Maybe he's worked on it, right, for so many years. So you are right, but at the same time, it is difficult but possible, and that is why we invest our time in spirituality. And those are the tools we are learning here in our session as well, right? When we talk about
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good question though. Thank you. Yes, Samji, I think we're running out of time. So last question and then we
जो
can.
है 4 घोड़े, एक घोड़ा घास चढ़ने चला गया, 5 सेंसेस होती हैं, तो एक घोड़ा नहीं है, तो घास चढ़ने गया हुआ क्या? फोटो के पीछे.
कहाँ पे? Okay, in
आपकी बैकग्राउंड फोटो में. No, never mind.
Oh,
पांच सेंसेस होती है ना, एक घोड़ा घास चढ़ने. I'm sorry, just kidding.
Sanji is in interesting mood today.
That horse is like Mr. India. Okay, you need some special glasses to see that.
हाँ, शायद ऐसे ही है.
All right. Do you want to do chanting, or we have run out of time? I think we've run out of time till we can wrap it up. I don't want to take more time because we have people from East Coast and also tomorrow you can join. We have made the announcement. So thank you again. Please fill out the feedback tracker. Do provide your feedback on the new format that we have introduced. We keep on changing stuff and all. Again, a heartfelt thanks to our quiz masters for putting in their effort and making it such an engaging, fruitful, and a Punarukti quiz, recap. Thank you, everybody. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Stay blessed and have a great and a devotional rest of your evening and day. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.